Okay, ladies and gents, it is me, Molly Joe, here for you, and I am bringing you one hell of a commentary. I'm going to say it right now. Mainly because the topic I'm about to discuss is absolutely batshit crazy. I just got back from my school's Latin film festival sort of bonanza they're running, and they were just showing some Latino films in Spanish with subtitles, of course, because I'm as white can be, and still need a little bit of help with my olas and adioses, if you know what I mean. So the film that particularly fucked my brains out was called The Color of the Guayaba. And a guayaba, of course, is a guava fruit, which I've never eaten, and I never plan on eating after watching this completely freaking weird ass movie. Alright, so this is how the movie starts off. Lady's in the middle of the city. She asks a taxi driver if she can take him, if he can take her to like the exact opposite side of the island, which is a little bit strange, but whatever. And the cab driver's like, "Well, I really don't know how to drive there, but we'll ask for directions." Whatever. So they hop in the cab. She pays him the money, and it starts off like any regular old movie. The cab driver is, making small talk to her, like, "Yeah, I've been driving this cab for 40 years. I'm 79 years old, but I'm still strong as a horse, and I'm ready to do this job till the day I die." That sort of thing. You get a feeling for the characters. You sort of fall in love with them. Like, oh, a nice old cab driver, nice old lady, making small talk. It's such a cute little friendship they get going on. And then they start talking, like, "Whoa, so how did you get that cab, mister?" And it's like, "Well, there was this one guy, one friend I made back in the day, and he sold me this car. There was a lot of pain in that kid's life. A lot of pain and butterflies." And at this point, I'm like, "What? Butterflies?" But I'm still on board with this. Butterflies. Okay, let's see where this movie's going with the butterflies. So, the butterflies is, of course, this little boy. He was made fun of for being a little bit feminine in school. This kid's about like what, 7, 8 years old. He's still in grade school, but he's getting made fun of for being a little bit feminine. So all the boys call him Butterfly. And one day, about 7 other boys gang up and beat the shit out of him. Just completely murderize him. This, of course, isn't the first time this has happened, and it puts a lot of strain on the family relationship. The dad's, a typical tough guy dad. He's like, "Son, you should have stood up for yourself. You should have fought back. If they come at you and punch you, you come up and get a stick and hit them with it." And, because I guess that's the only weapon you have when you're a kid, is just sticks or fist fighting. Whatever. And the mom's like, "No, don't use a stick, don't hit the kids." So there's this duality, and there's this tension between the mom and the dad about what their son should do, because he can't keep on going like this, just keep getting beat up. And it's really sad. One time, actually, the dad gets drunk, and while the mom's out, he tries to drown the kid. He holds him under the water for a long time, and it's a really emotional scene, really powerful. I felt really moved by it, actually. That was a good scene. It's never good to try and drown a kid, but it was purposeful for the movie, at least. And yeah, so that happens, and then there's another scene where the mom walks in on the boy putting on makeup and his mom's jewelry, and she sort of just smiles at him and then closes the door, like, "That's okay, son. I appreciate that," which is a little bit creepy. Like she's trying to like. I'm not gonna say that being a crossdresser is wrong. I mean, everybody can get their kicks out of whatever they do, but I don't know. It seems that raising a child out of the get-go to do that seems a bit unconventional. Let's put it that way. And so later on, the kid starts like wearing dresses outside and playing by himself in like some jungle forest place. And this man comes up and offers him a guava fruit. He's like, "Oh, you like guavas?" And then he starts like brushing the juice off of his face. And later on, it's implied that this man ends up raping the kid. And at that point, I was ready to just leave the movie theater. I didn't want to have. Apparently, like, child rape, I found out, is just something that strikes a terrible chord in me. Like, I just can't stand that for whatever reason. I don't have any personal connection to it, but I can tell you this, that it's a terrible thing, and no one should be forced to undergo that. So that's the first story, and it just ends there. The kid gets implied that he gets raped, and that's the end. Then the second story, after some banter between the lady and the man in the taxi cab, talks about this this woman and her daughter living alone in this cottage, and the woman finds a dead man on the side of the road with some guava fruit next to him for whatever reason, and the mom who's fantasizing about having a man back in her life, she scoops up the dead body and pretends it's like her long lost husband. Actually has sex with it, which is real creepy because the daughter walks in on her having sex with a dead man. The daughter knows it's a dead guy. He's got a bullet hole in his back, but mom's going to town on it. And then she ends up getting in a fight with the dead body, like, why did you leave me? And then she ends up like kicking him out of the house. Actually, no, the dead body walks out on her, leaves her, and then the mom's like beg for your daddy to come back to you. And then the daughter's like, oh, whatever. Daddy, come back, Poppy, Poppy. And that was just weird as hell. And then they threw in this weird love story between like a deaf, mute, kind of prostitute-looking lady and this midget, and that was a little bit weird, but not really too weird. And they ended up falling in love, which was pretty cool. And geez, what else happened? Oh yeah, then there was this final story about this one lady selling guava type fruits. It made women beautiful, but men who ate it went crazy. So naturally, she sells it to a bunch of men. This one guy eats it. He starts getting crazy. He tries to like break into her house and like steal all her guava fruit. And then eventually he ends up dressing up like Batman and raping her. And that's how the movie ends. The people in the cab just keep driving. That's how the movie ends. Oh, by the way, I went 25-1. My name is Moldy Joe. That's the end of the commentary. The color of the Guayaba. Look it up.